All right, welcome back to Happy Hour with Heather and Guest. I'm that other dude, Andrew, and as always, I'm joined by Heather.
Hello.
And today is episode number 97. We're almost at 100, just three away. We're going to be talking about a band from Ghent, Belgium, Fire Down Below. This was Heather's choice.
Yeah.
So, without any further ado, I'm handing you the reins.
Okay. I I took a an online music marketing class, and the drummer, or not the drummer, the bass player from this band, his name is Bert, and he was in the same class. And one of our tasks was we were to create a Facebook business page. And I did not have one. A lot of people already had one already, and I didn't. So we were supposed to create a Facebook business page, post our page, and then post how many followers we had. So I made my business page, and then I proceeded to say, I have 0 followers because I never had a Facebook business page before, and I just created it, and I have 0 followers. And Bert, he's like, "Well, you have one now." He went and followed my Facebook business page. He was the first person to like my Facebook business page. So I will never forget that ever. And Bert, thank you. That was an awesome thing for you to do, and I will never, ever, ever forget it. So, um, but this band is awesome. Their music is great. Um, they released their latest album, Low Desert Surf Club, September 8th, and I love how there's a song called California because this band is from Belgium, but they sound like they could come right out of the California scene. I can completely imagine them in the desert at a generator party, you know, and because their music is so positive and upbeat, I can imagine them just raising the vibration of the whole place. This album, it's so fun, and the musicianship, it just sneaks up on you, and you can just be, bopping along, and then all of a sudden it's like, wow, that drum pattern was really, really great. And then, you're going along listening, 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 and then all of a sudden it's like, wow, that guitar sequence just completely knocked my socks off. They have 3 albums, and they're all fantastic. And I really recommend, checking this band out and putting all of their music on every playlist that you have because they're just phenomenal.
Yeah, I wasn't really sure what to expect going into this. Um, when I put so I listen to my music on iTunes. Typically, I have a subscription monthly. So Heather and I feel are at opposite ends of the spectrum. She is somebody who is a vinyl enthusiast. My guess is you would prefer owning an LP and spinning it on your player, whereas I'm fine just renting the live, just listening to it and then not. I'm more of a digital streaming kind of person. Heather's more of a, I would imagine, an analog LP type person. So we come together in the middle and we make what you see before you. Um, so I entered in Fire Down Below into the search engine, and the first hit that came up was Bob Seger. So my guess is he has a song called Fire Down Below. Then the band Fire Down Below, and after that, Bette Midler. I'm guessing she has a song called Fire. And then my personal favorite, the soundtrack for the Steven Seagal movie Fire Down Below, was the fourth. So, gentlemen in Fire Down Below, the band we're talking about, you're number 2 with a bullet. So hopefully after this episode, you'll be number one, and Bob Seger will be number two.
That would
But
be awesome.
that I mean, it was such an eclectic mix that I really had no idea what I was getting involved with. Um, and typically, when we talk about music, a lot of it is from like it branches from doom. That's like the common denominator. So going into this, I was like, it could be doom. Fire Down Below could be, symbolize hell. And I was like, this could be just a throwback. And then that first song hits you, and it's got so much of a grunge and alternative feel to it, combined with the stoner sort of hard rock, the desert scene you mentioned. And it's really funny because it reminded me of uh, Vince Neil from Motley Crue talking about when grunge came out, and he said, "I didn't, all they seem to be talking about really sad and angsty, depressing things, whereas we were just talking about having fun. Like the things that and that was what I thought of when I listened to this music. I was like, this is just fun. Like granted, it's nice to be able to have a cathartic experience where you can, process your emotional angst. But sometimes you just want to hang out and have a good time. And when I was listening to Fire Down Below, I was just rocking out, having a good time. And then I looked at some of the song titles. They have a song. Hold on, I want to make sure I get it. So I listened to Low Desert Surf Club, which, as you'd mentioned, was released a few months ago. And immediately they have a track called Cocaine Hippo, which I was just like, okay, I clearly need to listen to this song very carefully. And there was that sense of fun, like Cocaine Hippo is a fun track. Uh, and then they have a track called Airwolf, which was also the name of a very popular television program in the 80s with Jan Michael Vincent. Um, so I thought perhaps they were making a reference to the TV show. But then I read the lyrics, and they don't make it's like a completely different, it's an original storyline that they talk about the subject matter. So I kept looking for them to reference Jan Michael Vincent's character name, which was Stringfellow Hawk, one of the coolest character names of all time. Um, and they didn't, which is fine because Airwolf should be its own thing. Um, and then when I went on Bandcamp, I saw that the song Mantra was a lot of people's favorite songs. It's the final song on the album, and I think it's close to like 14 minutes. It's probably their longest track, and that's really where they all I wrote down was blast off, because that's where they begin to sort of introduce some of the noodling and psychedelic, space rock aspects of it. I mean, they maintain their sort of grunge alternative desert sound, but they definitely explore, the sort of deep space rock. Um, so that was really cool. Um, so yeah, this was interesting because I didn't really know what to expect going into it, and based on past history, I assumed, okay, this is going to be either space rock or very psychedelic or doom, and it turned out to be none of those things exclusively. Um, so yeah, that was very cool. And I didn't know that story about Bert and your being in the creating a Facebook business page, um, because that's obviously how you and I met
Yeah,
in another marketing thing, and that's where this show came from.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so
And then our task in the class that we were in, our task was to create a Facebook group.
yes,
But yeah, so that's where the HHHG group came from. But
yes,
yes,
and we will definitely revisit that in more depth for the 100th episode, um,
oh yeah, yeah,
to give
yeah,
to give all of you sort of a history of the show. Um,
yeah,
but wonderful things happen in these marketing groups. Friendships are forged, and yeah,
yeah.
I mean, Well,
there's a sense of camaraderie, you
sure.
know, and where I mean, a lot of this stuff, it's online marketing, which is not so easy for some people. So it was kind of cool to learn, it was kind of, cool to do the tasks and kind of learn the process of, you know, doing it. And it was like that feeling because a lot of people, were lost.
Sure.
So it's like, it's like it was kind of good feeling to know that you're not the only person that doesn't know how to do this stuff, you know.
Mhm.
So that was kind of nice.
Yeah. Well, after hearing that story, Fire Down Below and Bert will have carte blanche in my playlist for forever
Yeah.
because they did you a solid.
Yes.
So
That was a very, very, very nice and thoughtful thing to do.
sure. And I only listen to Low Desert Surf Club. Um, and aside from your recommendation, I also read a couple of reviews on Bandcamp that suggested that you should go check those other albums out. That this is like a continuation of the great work that they were doing previously.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I plan on doing that.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I would recommend. It's interesting because it's not. It is a unique combination. Like there are elements in the music that I've heard before, but not put together the way they do it. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's really well done.
Very, yes. Yes. And if I didn't know, if I wasn't told or if I didn't read that they were from Belgium, I would have never guessed that they were from Belgium because to
Yeah.
me, I mean, I could totally see a generator party out in the desert
Hmm.
and them them playing right along with, other bands in the California scene. Like they would fit right in there.
Sure. If Caius and Fatso Jetson got
Yeah.
a generator going, I could
Yeah.
see Fire Down Below
Yeah.
playing right along with them.
Yeah. And that'd be so much fun too.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
hopefully a couple of people will learn about the band through this show, and
I
we'll have
hope so.
we'll have done our job.
Yeah.
And yeah, I definitely think you shouldn't sleep on Fire Down Below. Go check them out. I am sort of now that I'm thinking about it, I am curious as to what the band name, where they got, what that might allude to. Um, so, I mean, I personally think it could be an allusion to hell. Um, that's a little right on the nose. So, um, but who knows?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll see. And again,
Yeah.
this isn't something I don't need to know the answer to this.
It's something fun to just ponder on
Yeah,
and so,
I mean, I almost wish I hadn't looked up the lyrics to Airwolf and just accept like bit just thought, okay, this is clearly about the TV show from my youth. Um, but I won't look up the lyrics to Cocaine Hippo because because that can only ruin the what that might mean. Like a cocaine hippo could be some sort of Belgium slang for something. Um, you know how like there's Cockney rhyming slang.
yeah.
So I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
But either way, go check out Low Desert Surf Club. Go check out the other albums.
Yeah.
Follow Fire Down Below.
Put it on your end of your list.
Yeah, put it on your end of your list.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah. I
yeah,
saw
well,
that I saw that the Obelisk, they opened up their end of year list submission form. So yeah.
cool. Yeah, be sure
Put
to
this one on it.
put this one on it. Tell him Heather sent you. I feel like I feel like we should get that trending.
Yeah.
Hashtag hashtag Heather sent me.
Yeah.
Um, but no, this was a great choice. I think your batting average in terms of suggesting great bands that I've never heard of before is still the streak continues.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. And then this is I'm really glad that we got to this and we included this because like you said, it's different
Hmm.
and it's just a whole lot of fun to listen to this time of year especially, you
Sure.
know, I just think this is just a great album to listen to.
Yeah. Go check it. Go check it. Hit pause. Go check it out, and then come back and watch the final moments of this show. And then, yeah, let us know what you think. Comment. We rarely get comments from people who are not in the band we're talking about.
Right.
So if you like what we're saying and you found Fire Down Below to be an awesome listen, then let us know that we're doing the good work. We'd be doing this anyway,
Yeah.
even if no, even if we never hear from anyone. Um,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. I think my favorite comment so far was was from a person in the band, their dad. And their dad commented and I was just
yeah,
like, that was my favorite comment ever that we've ever gotten.
sure, sure. And that's something we can revisit again on the 100th episode too.
Yeah.
Some of our
Yeah.
favorite moments.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. That's
cool.
coming up.
It
Gosh,
is
that's coming up fast. It's
three
coming up
three
fast.
weeks. I like
Yeah.
that it'll be before the end of the year too.
Yeah.
That'll
Yeah.
be that'll be good. So,
Yeah.
all right. Well, this was another great suggestion. Go check
Thank
out
you.
Fire Down Below,
Yes.
and we'll be back next week with episode 98. We're almost at 100,
Almost.
almost. Well, have a good weekend out there, all of you, and let us know what you think.